Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another ACES 25 stream here. Today we've got the Shark Ninth Tactical Fighter Bomber Group, Tactical Fighter Squadron. I'm going to butcher that and I apologize in advance. Versus 343. We've got ATOs 1 and a surprise ATO 3, which will be nighttime fighting, all out 6v6. That's coming up next when Red Team 343 switches over to blue side and goes for the points. So first we've got ATO1, which we've seen a couple of thus far. It's going to be a air-to-ground strike for 2 targets there. They have to knock out 2 T-72s, while the Blue Force escorts have to knock out 4 Red 4 air-to-air targets, their adversaries essentially. And so it's a 6v4 from a total number standpoint, which you think, well, it's kind of outnumbered, but not exactly. And so how it actually shakes out is you have 2 dedicated attack aircraft. Notice they do not, let me get my track AR going here, they don't have any air-to-air munitions except for the gun. And even the escorts only have 2 Fox 2s. So this is going to be a knife fight through and through. And so it looks like the rest of the team here is starting to spawn in for 9th, aka Shark Sqd. We'll start referring to it as Shark Sqd moving forward. And I'll need to verify the numbers. I think it's only supposed to be 2. But let me verify real quick on the rules here. So yeah, it is only 2 for the air-to-air. They're only supposed to have 2 AIM-9s. So let me let them know that in the chat. I think they may not be tracking that appropriately. That is A-OK. Let's let them know that before they get airborne. Drop this in the chat. AIM-9 L/Ps. Lima/Papas. Say reminder. Cannot have air-to-air munitions. Just so we keep everybody on the up and up. Monitor the chat here. Apologize not have it going. We do have a bit of delay on the stream, so bear with us. There we go. Alright, and if anybody's in the chat, just let me know if you're having any issues. As far as audio goes, we'll get some music cranked up here in the background. Boom. Okay, so we've got them taxiing here. Let's get a couple screenshots while they're rolling out. Always like to do that when we can. Asia Minor livery for Shark 343, rocking the Jazz Diff. Always cool birds there. Kind of going around, see what we've got. And while we do this, we'll start also looking at the munitions. As I mentioned before, 9Ls are what's authorized and only 2 of them. And that's for both blue 4 and red 4. So this is, let's take a look. Kakashi is good. Namasuke. Got the L's on both sides, checking both munitions. VIP. Love the sound of those augmenters. Used to work on F-15 way back when on the phase side. And yeah, love that sound. It's just a cool sound. Make sure to get the last red 4 there. I think it was Rossman if I remember. And before I forget, we want to do the satellite so we can see this a little bit more. Okay, those are the targets. We'll take a look at those a little bit later. So we got Kakasi we verified, VIP we verified, Rossman, yep. Let's take a quick look. Oh, and Rossman has paused. Not sure why he stopped. But while he does, let's take a look at munitions. So 9L there. And let me reduce my sensitivity a little bit so I'm not moving around so much. 9L on the left and right. So red 4 is good to go, verified. Munitions are good. Now we will check blue 4. Make sure they are good as well. Alright, so we see 2 missiles there. Looks like they stopped and rearmed. Changed the munitions. Let's go ahead and check. We've got Ghost Dagger. It looks like they have the L. So there's good. And L in there. It's like Dead Swish. Dead Wish. Dead Wish. If I say Dead Swish. Yeah, let you know reading's fundamental. So it's one of the attackers there. Magic. Looks all good. 9L on that side. And 9L on that side. Baba Yaga. Could be the other attacker. Aquarius, I believe that is. I'll have to check that name again, make sure I'm saying that right. 19L. And 9L. So good there. Can't see that name actually. I'll have to take a look from the F10. Can't see that name. Starts with an A. But 9L. And another 9L. So we're good there. Alright. So munitions checks are good. Fuel tanks, they can have full fuel load, fuel gun load. And we'll let everybody texting and looking quite nice there. We'll get some shots of that. Again, little things like that, airmanship, we just take a second to appreciate. It's not easy. Got the other Vipers rolling around here. So we'll, aircraft-wise, all Vipers coming from Shark and all Eagles coming from 343. It's going to be an interesting fight. We've seen so far in each of these ATO1s, it ends up being an absolute slugfest because you have Fox 2s only. Which is awesome. It's great action, super intense. So while they get in place, we're going to take a quick look at the rules. Boop. Alright, so we are on ATO1. Let me go back up top here just so you can see everything. Some couple points here. I'm going to be writing this down in the background. So mind me as I shuffle some things around. So you can do math. Me, I can do math. So formation takeoff, you see there 10 minutes. Takeoff within 2 seconds there. And then from there we've got knock out 2 targets. Not easy to do. These are T-72 tanks. And so yeah, it is not easy. They got to be on point. And you notice that 10 for every attacker loss. For every escort loss, it's only 5. But still, that's a lot of points. That's still points. You know, you want to get the maximum. And so 60 points for knocking out all the other aircraft. 20 points for knocking those out. Landing at home, you get 10 points there. And then of course we get the bonus for a formation touchdown. Nobody has the F4, so Shark will not be getting those points, which understandable. You know, F4 is not an easy plane to fly. Alright, so we are all done with the rules. Let me make sure to turn that off because I've had a bad habit of forgetting. Falconverse, how's it going? Alright, and it looks like Shark is in place and ready to roll. Take a look at the chat here. Nothing in there. Alright. Take a quick look at F10. Let's see if we can find the tanks real quick. You can see we've got Maycop. That's where Red 4 is taken off from. And then we've got a Napa for Blue Force. And then from Blue 4, it is about 60-ish nautical miles to the targets, 58 roughly. It's about the same for Red 4 as well. So as for Red 4, they're basically just scrambling, getting airborne as quick as possible, and creating havoc. That's their whole goal. So, let's quick check again. Looks like everybody is about ready. Get a screenshot of the team here. They're nice and lined up, a nice solid formation there. And boop. Bear with me as we try to do photography things while we're tracking them. Alright, we have the ready call from Shark Baba Yaga. Alright, let's tell them to state when ready. Let us know once they're ready, and we will take off with Blue 4 since they are the ones that can get the points. Alright, here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And here we go, first round of the day. We're gonna do some free cam things, just because that way we can roll with them for the takeoff. First two from Shark rolling here. Looks like they are going to get that formation takeoff within 2 seconds, liftoff within 2 seconds. I'm gonna drop down here so we can see it. 1, 2, oh yeah, easily done there. No doubt about it. So great job on them for getting those takeoff points there. All right. It's a nice little form up they've got going on. Just take a second, jot that down. So we do have them. Ba-ba. All right. And it sounds like we may have lost the music, so I'm gonna check real quick. Guys, let me know if you're hearing that. Nope, we did stop. There we go. Alright. We're gonna roll with the next team here. Looks like we've got the attackers taking off last. Kind of checking on each other as they get ready to roll, and nice rotation there. Boom. Very nicely done. Excellent. I mean, that was practically instantaneous. Yeah, no question about that takeoff. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna drop my gamma just a little bit. It's a little bit bright. Apologize for that. I'm doing this. Whoa, no, 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 no. Got a new mouse here as well. There we go, so it's not so bright. You guys let me know if you need to adjust any of the sound. Hopefully everything should be squared away by now. Cool formation there. Got the escort aircraft for Blue 4 getting airborne. Shark is there. Take a look here at 343. Got a fairly tight formation from them as well. Again, Red 4's goal is just to create havoc and shoot down as many Blue 4 as possible, denying them points. They do not get any points for landing or anything like that. And so their whole goal is to get there and shoot down anything and everything that they can, specifically the attackers. If they can do that, it denies Blue 4 a lot of points. And so that is their whole name of the game. Notice their aircraft are pretty light. They don't have a whole lot of fuel. They just want to get there, not really return, not super concerned about getting back home. So there they are. Ingressing in full burner, looks like at least a couple of them were. Pretty cool cool there. Mind me getting screenshots here. Like to try to give props to the guys where we can by capturing them. You know, this is kind of an angle that they don't really get a chance to see because, you know, obviously they're doing a thing. So, it takes time to learn to do the attacks and things like this, and so let's let them know, hey, you guys are looking cool while doing it. It's like we got the other half of the team up top there, so we can kind of see how this is going strategy-wise. Alright, let's go F10 here and see what we have in terms of ingress. I'll try to drop down on these tanks so you guys can see what exactly it is they're going to be going for. Not an easy target here by any stretch. Let's see if we can get a little bit lower so we can find those T-72s somewhere around here. If we can't find them fairly quickly, then just get back to it, so I don't want to miss the action, which can't see him immediately. Big sad. Alright, anyway. Try one more time here. I'm going to zoom in. We want this one here. There we go. Now let's try this again. There! Haha! A little bit of derp action every now and then. So this is their target. They are not going to be able to strafe that T-72 tank. Got some pretty righteous armor on it, so yeah, not strafing that. I'm going to reduce sensitivity so I'm not scrolling around and juddering so much. And there's two of those. Blues just entered the battlefield here. Let's go ahead and zoom out, take a look and see where we are. Eventually there will be some red smoke to help them out. We can see the attackers have a little bit of trail behind them, about 20 nautical miles. And then the escort guys are in front here. First shots likely coming soon here. Let's go ahead and bring up our missiles so we can see those when they start flying. Again, Fox 2's very close missiles here. They will not get the notification because they are Fox 2s, so they're going to be infrared missiles. They've dropped their tanks, and it is game time. Here we go. Fights on! And it looks like Aramir versus Rossman here, and Horus versus Unamasuke. Let's take a look from Aramir here, see who they see here. Fox 2 out, we've got flares flying. Take a quick look, see where that missile's on. Oh! And it looks like Aramir's just been taken down. Red 4 striking first. Horus by himself, but it looks like Rossman does see him. He's turning in on him. To the north, we've got another fight happening here. VIP versus Dagger. Missile out from Dagger. That missile is not tracking. We've got a 2-on-1 here in the south. Horus versus Unamasuke. Missile coming out. Missile out from Magic onto Kakashi. And our first merge. Oh, VIP blows right by him. And the south is cleaned up. Unamasuke, I believe, with that kill. And oh man, it is not looking good. Another one goes down for blue. We are now a 2v1 in the north as well. Just leaving one escort against 4 red 4. Let's zoom in here as we've gotten down to the deck. It looks like he does not see. Oh, yes he does. He's diving down right on him. Oh no, he's got his tanks on. You gotta get your tanks, man. Punch your tanks, Dagger. Punch your tanks. Viper's a great aircraft, but you cannot fight too well with the tanks. Missile out from Kakashi, and it just misses. Woo. Another merge. Get rid of the tanks, man. Looks like we've got a 1 circle coming up here. Kakashi with some energy with the overshoot. We're going to take a look here, see if we can find them, and it looks like they have found the other attackers. Missile out. I believe that's from Dagger. And first kill, good kill. Dagger with a kill on one of the attackers, but unfortunately VIP is saddling right in. Missile out and does not flare it out. And that is it for the escorts for Blue 4. It is just the attackers now. And this is going to be difficult, to say the least. It is not impossible, never impossible, but it is difficult. They do have visual on them. So it's going to be a guns-only fight here. Closing in on them, spraying out the guns. They're trying to get some pressure on them. They are full burner, and they're splitting there. You see that red smoke in the distance. That's where they got to get to. But it is, again, not looking good. And a Fox 2 takes out one of the attackers. And, oh, no, that is it. Wow. 3-4-3, wasting no time. Being extremely aggressive and shooting down all of Blue 4. Woo! And unfortunately, that is it. And with that being the case, Red 4 does not have to RTB, and I'm afraid actually Blue 4 may have lost some points on that. They were only able to shoot down one aircraft. They did not hit any targets. Ouch. As 343 forms back up, I will do some math a little bit later on there, but pretty quickly again, based upon what we saw in the rules there. Yeah, I think Blue 4 may have actually ended up losing some points. That Shark may have ended up losing some points there. Red 343 being super aggressive, wasting no time. As we see, they form up here, a 3-ship RTB. So we will see, since Red 4 does not have to RTB, see if they want to just go ahead and press with going on to the next ATO, as they will fly ATO 3, which is at nighttime. So it's going to be a little tough for the stream. I will try my best to maybe try to reshade and put the night filter on it so we can do it that way. But wow! 343 making their presence felt immediately, taking out one of their escorts, isolating another one, taking them out very methodically. Same thing from the south and the north, as Shark divided into two groups of 2 for their escorts. 343 matching and doing the exact same, ultimately getting some 2-on-1s, knocking out their escorts first and then finally the attackers, only losing one of their own aircraft. So excellent job to both teams. Unfortunately, Red 4, I see unfortunately, 343 able to just come out on top on this one. But that is not all she wrote. We still have another ATO here. We're going to fly ATO 3 next, which is going to be the night fight. 6v6 BVR in the rain. It is going to be insane. So we'll go ahead and fly back with them, let them roll with it since they kind of earned this one. Not really certain if this is how we've done in the past up until now, but still, again, to give them their props. They're flying in formation, did the things that they did there, walked away, surviving the fight. So go ahead and trail them back here. Nice little break formation there. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's see where they're at. Alright, so let's see. We're going to see if we can go ahead and transition to the next ATO, so stand by. Alright, we're going to go ahead and proceed with ATO 3. We're going to do some verification of things in the background real quick before we get the next match started. So, bear with us just a few minutes. Alright, and here we go. ATO 3. I think this is going to be the first one. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not the first one. I don't know. I have to check and see. But, yeah, guaranteed to be spicy. Alright, I'm gonna jump in here real quick and see what we can see. Try to fix this with a little bit. Might have to turn off my presets and all, just so we can make this thing semi-visible. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. If it's as bad as I think it might be, yeah, it's looking pretty gnarly. It's pretty dark on there. I'll see. You guys let me know how dark it is on the street. If you're absolutely not seeing anything, then I can just go on this preset here and do a night vision. Boop. It doesn't look good either. Never mind. What about this one? Nope, that's even worse. So nope, disregard all that. Here's hoping I should be able to crank up my monitor. We'll see how much that affects the visibility of everything. It's pretty much already max brightness. Shucks. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty dark still, unfortunately. Oh. I gotta work on the sensitivity of my mouse here. Brand new mouse, so yeah. Ah! Wart. Yeah, Gamma's maxed out. I don't think there's any others. That'll help at all. No. I'll try to zoom in and get as much light sources as we can when able. So mind me as I switch these around here. So we will switch. Go. As 343 is now the blue force. Want to get as many as they can, many points that is as they can. I'm gonna try to do some other changes here. See what I can do to maybe make it a little bit brighter, hopefully. Stream software? Yeah, let's give that a try too. Maybe let's go output. Nothing else immediately. Yeah. Hear me out. Let's try to do. I got an idea. I'm gonna throw on one of my reshade presets here real quick. Yep, this is worse. I know. Bear with me just for a second. Just for a moment. Oh snap! Shoot! Hive train inbound. Hive train. That's gonna be happening for a little bit, so appreciate that. Whoever did that there. Trying to see if we can mess with some things here. Oh, hey, there we go. All right. Hey, reshade knowledge came through, baby. Let's go. Hopefully that looks a little bit better. Much appreciated, Twitter Hade. That's a little over the top. Let me see if I can fix this. About that, and a little bit of that. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Alright. So. I'm gonna go ahead and do some checks here. Much appreciated for the gift of subs there. Alright. So I'm gonna show the rules here real quick. Alright, we are ATO 3, nighttime, into the thick of it. Alright, so real quick we've got the formation takeoff. This is gonna go on for a while, so I apologize. Cool, alright, glad that's better. Okay, I'm writing down. Bear with me as I'm writing down some notes here, points wise, so we can do this. Looks better on mobile? Okay, awesome. Alright. So, ATO3, like I said, 6v6, BVR and IR, everything goes here. So we're going to have, I say everything goes relatively, right? So we are going to have Fox 1s, Carrier Landing, if we want to get some bonus points for the Tomcat. So it's going to be a Case 3. It's not easy by any stretch. Woo! Oh man. All the spices and aerial refueling. So all this at nighttime. Talk about true airmanship right there. They can make that happen. That's another 20 points there. So, while we're waiting, let me get my track IR going again. We're going to be looking for AIM 7Fs, AIM 7 Foxtrots. Alright. I'll have to check from another angle. Limas and Papas again, same thing as last time. Zoom in just a bit. Yep, 9Ls. Thought I said it somewhere on there. Foxtrots somewhere. We will check though once they get flinging. So 9L, this is gonna be, let's see who we got here. Baba Yaga. Red 4. And there's the Tomcat. Oh yeah, expecting to see a couple of them this go around. We're gonna see if we see some Phoenix shots here as well. Tomcats can carry them. Got some 9Ls there. Looks like we got a Phoenix. And yep, we got the Phoenix. There it is. And I meant to say a Sparrow, not Phoenix, but yeah. And they have the Alphas. Any variant of the Alpha there. So we see 2 of those. 2. Alright. So looks like Aquarius is good. Yep, thanks, big thanks again for the raid there. Much appreciated. We are over here to Blue 4. 343. Seeing, looking for 9 Limas. Oh, I knew I forgot something. My bad, y'all. Guys gotta throat punch me. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so Tomcats get to Fox. Yeah, that is huge. Want to emphasize that. So we did say all the other aircraft do not get AIM 120s, but they do get the Phoenixes. Why? Because Phoenix is nowhere near a freaking AIM 120. We've seen in DCS that, you know, and well, we'll just say in DCS that Phoenixes can do some really wonky things. And so your trade-off there is that you get the Fox 3s or you get the additional Fox 1s. So that is your trade. And we know the Phoenixes do have range. And they're not completely terrible missiles. I mean, they will track. So you gotta respect them. Especially when you're high and fast. So we're seeing 9 Limas there. All good. Alright, so all good. See, that is 5 low. And it looks like Red 4 is taking the battlefield there. They're actually on the runway taking the battlefield. They're taking the runway, excuse me. And seeing some more Phoenixes. Yep, looking for Alphas. There we go. And seeing the Sparrows there. So Dead Wish is good. Vipers, unfortunately, the only thing they can carry is just additional Fox 2s. So, there we go. Amir, appreciate the follow. How are you doing, man? Thanks again for joining us. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. We're trying to get some increase the visibility here. It's a little rough. So right now, this is going to be 343 versus Shark 9th. So right now we are looking at 9th. They are going to be the Red 4 for this side. Checking their loadouts, making sure everything's looking good. Alright, let me zoom around here, take a look at other aircraft, making sure we're still seeing 9s. Okay, 9 Lima, boom boom. Alright, looking for that 9L there we go. So we're kind of bouncing back and forth between them. Oh snap, gotta put some respect on them. Got some Iceman action there. Maverick and Iceman. Respect for the late Val Kilmer. Idolized that role and made an icon. Alright, there. Absolute iconic. So 9 Limas, good here. That's 2-9 max. Seeing the Phoenixes as well, so it seems like that's going to be the thing. Making sure we're only seeing 2 of them. So all good there. Try to zoom in and get a look at these munitions. So 9Ls. All good. Okay, 9Ls, Ls. All good. And that's going to be for Dagger. So right now what we're doing, if I didn't explain that, this is going to be our munitions check. So we have 9 Ls and AIM 7 Fs, as well as AIM 54 Alphas. Yeah, Limas and Papas are the options there. So far all good. Alright, we got Kakashi in the Tomcat. Not certain if they have Rios with them, I don't think they do. Nope, not seeing any Rios. So there we go. Twitcher! Appreciate the raid, man. Appreciate the... Oh, raid. That was a raid? No, more so subscribers. And the follow. Apologize for that, just got a little tongue-tied there. But, here we go. Looking good there. Alright. And getting the last couple folks here. We'll do some photography here in just a bit, but I want to make sure we do our thorough checks of all the munitions, make sure everybody's got Limas. Fuel tanks, they can have full fuel loads, all the things there, so no issues there at all. Full gun loads, full fuel loads. I believe we've already checked. This is... yeah, Shark. Derp. So I think we're all good. The Namasuke. Oh, looking for that 9L. There we go. Okay. Alright. And there's the tanker. You guys can see that. That is... wow. Trying to tank on that is not going to be easy, as it dips right into some clouds. Yeah, that's not me. That's it. I'm not blacking out. I promise you. I'm not blacking out. Yeah, that is going to be gnarly to do. And then there's a tanker out there, as a carrier out there as well. Alright, Shark is ready. We're going to wait for... we're going to take off with 343. Have them let us know once they are ready as well. I know, I see it there. Yep, boo. How dare them? No Rios. See if we can get some, try to get some photos here of it at night. Makes them have to talk. I mean, you're not wrong though. I mean, it's literally designed, you know, so yeah, you're not wrong. Alright, it looks like the last 2 Tomcats are making their way there to the runway for 343. That's a pretty solid looking formation there. Those 2 aircraft, absolutely iconic, and still iconic, I would say, to this day. In real life, best they were at the time. Subjectively, of course. But furthest range, the Phoenix Tomcat combination, second to practically none in the air-to-air realm. Never noticed the difference in the taxi lights. Must be a Navy and Air Force thing there. The different taxi color lights. Okay. And it looks like they are getting into position. Let's go check F10 here. Ugh! Oh, that's bright. Sorry. Oh, that's rough. Alright, let's turn that off. We will turn this off while we do that. The fight for today is going to be Dubai International for Blue 4, and it looks like Bandar Abbas for Red 4. Distance to bullseye from Red 4 is going to be about 67 nautical miles, fighting right over the water. Oof. Yeah, as we saw before, at least you'd have some kind of references there. You'd have the lights from the ground, the city lights like that, but no. Let's go ahead and show you what I mean by that. Alright, so you can see here, even pretty high up. Let's see, we are at 22,000 feet. You can still see at least a good point of reference. You know, you got the city lights here. That helps a lot. But, and keep in mind, this is also this. This is also without anything, so we can enhance it there and da-da-da. But, over here, let's go due north here, for example, just to show you how difficult this is going to be. Out in the middle of Nowheresville. Oh, by the way, notice all of the clouds here. I mean, yeah. I don't even think we're over the... Yeah, we're not even over there just yet. Let's try and get to where they're actually going to be fighting at, which is about here-ish. There. So this is, yeah. See, on here, it's just a murky mess. You can see a little bit of the coastline from there, so we're not even that far out. But because of all the clouds, yeah, this is going to be an extremely spicy fight. Whew. Quote Mihai from Ace Combat, getting a little excited. Now, it'll definitely help that they'll be able to crank up the gamma, of course, as well. And so this is kind of what they're going to see. We can do this because we've got the reshade things going on. But all that aside, they're still going to be fighting each other. BVR, missiles are going to be flying. CFITs are going to be a very real threat, unfortunately. So you have to be careful. Alright. They are ready to go. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go! So here we go. ATO 3. We're going to ride with Blue 4, 343. Make sure that they get their points there. Doing their formation takeoff. Again, we are looking for airborne within 2 seconds. One, ooh, that was close, but I think they got it though. We're going to see if we can flow back with another team just to verify. I'm pretty confident that was within 2 seconds though. So we've got their Tomcats here at night. Might actually take that off just a little bit. Another set of them there rolling. Definitely those guys within 2 seconds. So if the first guys didn't get it, the second guys definitely did. And there we go. Tomcats rolling. We'll go ahead and roll with them. I mean, that's pretty Top Gun-ish, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, I screwed up trying to get angles and whatnot. Just make sure that they get there. See if we can see it. They're on the very edge, but that's okay. And definitely got those. Definitely with airborne within 2 seconds there, so no problem about that. No doubt about it. Seeing with their lights on from a distance there. Nice. And just a reminder, we do have a delay on the stream, so bear with me. I will see you guys' comments there in just a second. Let's see, I'm turning inbound here. Coming off burner, so those are our Tomcats there. And we're looking at Shark as they climb through, punching their centerline tanks. That's looking pretty cool right there. Do some photo op things while we get airborne, while we let them get airborne. Alright, real quick, let's turn that off. Let's take a look at the formations from a top-down standpoint here. Make sure we got our missile tracking. Alright, so we've got two, it's like, I'm gonna apologize, we're gonna butcher the name here, Ariamir, and Dagger out in front for red 4, followed by Shark. We got Deadwish and Orus, and Shark in the trail with Baba Yaga at the very far trail. They're a little bit about, see what, 5 nautical miles, 6 nautical miles from the main group there. That's looking pretty shrinking right there. Alright, and red has it, so this is going to be a battle of who can get in the zone there. You need to push them back, might be able to push them, get them against the ring there. As far as the bubble, I keep saying the ring, the bubble. We'll see how much that ends up being a factor. Full burner all the way in there. Might be trying to repay some of that aggression that we initially have seen from 343, with they themselves, Shark that is, being equally aggressive. Keeping a nice tight formation here, both teams are. So we saw them do some formation flights earlier. Even more respect, you can see this weather that we've got going on here. And it looked like it's trying to do a 4-ship there. Whoop. Watch out now, watch out now. That is looking pretty cool though. Again, we want to try to capture that as much as we can. Not often you see a real tight formation in the weather, but they are definitely doing an excellent job of it. See them as they got there, and it looks like we've got 2 in the lead for Shark with Baba Yaga in the back, so a 2-3-1 formation, followed by a kind of a gaggle here, a 4-ship, fairly tight 4-ship here for 343. So curious to see what they're going to do, if they're going to split it all or how that's going to look. Get the look from Rossman's there, squad lead. There he goes, like one just split there. Alright. Yeah, pretty solid formation there for them rolling in there. And I think, actually, the reason for that, that's actually another bonus point there. So 3-ship close formation, 20 seconds. They definitely got that. We've seen that. It was 3 aircraft. They have that one, so no doubt about it. We'll take a look back at the TAC views later on just to get that hard verification. Let me turn off this before I forget to turn off the rules. Have you guys look at the rules while we're fighting. Boop. There we go. Alright. Should be getting within range here for the first couple shots. Let's turn that off there so we can see. Alright, so we have Vipers leading the way for Shark. They're about 40 nautical miles from the first flight for 343. Not super high, about 20,000 feet, which is mid-altitude thereabouts. Looks like they decided to reflect and they're coming back now. Interesting strategy they've got going on there. Kakasi and Max in the Tomcats for 343. Looks like they're splitting up now in 2 flights. 3 flights of 2 maybe? Eagles are splitting there. Where we've got the 2 Vipers, lead Vipers for Shark heading back toward their main flight. Deadwish and Orus in their Tomcats along with Shark in their Tomcats. 3 Tomcats there. With Yaga bringing up the rear in the Eagle. So it looks like they're putting their Tomcats out in the front of the formation now. Might be positioning themselves to take some long-range Phoenix shots. And first Phoenix shot is out from Max. Let's see, about range of 37 nautical miles. Be interesting, especially at mid-altitude. 30,000 feet isn't bad by any stretch. Of course, we know the Phoenixes do like to be a little bit higher if they can. But we'll see how far this one travels. There they go, passing their teammates. The Vipers for Shark are passing some more of their teammates as they go cold to get some separation. And it looks like just the one Phoenix is out for right now. No other shots have been traded. Dusty, how's it going, man? So it looks like more so just positioning. They're spreading out a little bit, still fairly tight for 343. These guys are easily within a couple miles of each other. See how this ends up developing. Interesting that they're heading toward the sea here, or heading toward this Kasab essentially. And that might be because they said get a point of reference so they can know how low that they're getting. Of course, you have all your instrumentation and things of that nature going on, but in a thick of battle, all that kind of goes out the window a little bit. And so those are really what determine the really good pilots that can maintain that situational awareness. We got 2 Phoenixes out, one from Shark. Looks like the other is going to be from Dead Wish. And I don't think any of these are tracking. Let's take a look. It's on its way down. We got an AIM 7 shot. I'm not sure who that's on. This one's actually a little close to a Namasuke. But I think it just misses him. Yep, just missed him. Another Phoenix shot out coming from Dead Wish onto Namasuke, but that one doesn't seem to be tracking either. Oh, it definitely is. Oh, man. But a Namasuke is out cold at 700 knots. I don't know if that one's going to track him. This thing is dropping speed quickly. So I think that one's going to be non-factor. AIM 7 shot out. Oh, potentially on friendly? That's concerning. That's got some righteous speed and is heading toward a friendly. Try to keep eyes on the big picture here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we're still 6v6. Nobody's gone down yet, thankfully. But that is going to change inevitably. Got an AIM 7 out. Looks like it might be on max, but that is not tracking. Got a close merge here coming up. Yaga going cold. Phoenix tracking fast onto Yaga. And boom! First kill coming from Max with the Phoenix shot. Oh man, and a merge. Let's take a look here at Rossman. Oh, he's seeing those burners nice and easy. Looks like a Fox 1 up close. It is tracking. And oh, Rossman with the kill right there in his Eagle. But we've got Oris coming in on 5 low right now. I'm not sure if you're seeing that, but missile does not track. Oh man, let's see what we got here. Oris, missile shot, and that is the kill. First kill for Red. And it is a 4-on-5 in favor of Blue 4 right now. We are mixing it up. Dagger, another missile out. Fox 2 going on to VIP, and it's not tracking, but that AIM 7 definitely is tracking. And that is a hit. Another Red 4 down. VIP getting the kill. Oris looking at VIP right now, seeing if he sees them. Let's take a look. Ride with him. Seeing all the flares. He saw that action right in front of him. Oh, but he does not. He's off left, so it's underneath him. He does not see him. That is tough. We've got a heck of an exchange coming up here. Namasuke on Shark. 2 missiles out, and both connect. A Namasuke taking out Shark. It is now a 4v2. Shout out Aramir is down by VIP. Shark might be jumping onto Max. Let's see if he sees him. He's right above him, but he does not. He's not in burner. So he might not see him. He's searching around. Might be getting some nails from Rossman right now. That is got to be terrifying. And it is down to Oris. Not seeing him right underneath him. Oh, man. So I think he might have seen his burners right now. He's probably looking to his left and says, yep, oh, yep, there's some burners. Taking a look. Max does not see him. No, he's not turning into him. But we do have a Phoenix out onto VIP, and this has some righteous heat. This could be very bad. It is absolutely tracking. We see those burners right there in the distance. It is tracking. Telephone pole of death. Watch your head. Boop. There it is. And instantaneously gets picked up by Max and Rossman. Rossman closing in for the AIM 9 shot. And unfortunately, that yep, that is it. Red Force is down. 3-4-3. Man. Whew. Oh, take a breath, y'all. Take a breath. I know my heart can handle all this. That was righteous. Again, in the weather. Let's take a quick look outside here. See, oh, no. A Fox 2 out from Max. Oh, no. A potential blue on blue. Woo! Guys, gotta call it deconflict, guys. Deconflict. Same team, man. Same team. Don't do it. They did not see the message. Blue 4, guys. Blue 4. All reds are out. You gotta check the message. Oh, man. Don't do it, guys. Same team, same team. It seems like they might still be chasing each other. Oh, no. Eagles can definitely see they got the relatively easy IFF, I'll say, comparatively, compared to the Tomcat. If they're not familiar with them, they could see it and not recognize the symbology. But hopefully the Eagles, if they don't know the symbology either, I mean, that can very well be the same thing. You know, they don't know bricks versus circular. In the F-15, it's a rectangular brick for hostiles and circles for friendlies. For the F-14, it is a little bit more difficult to differentiate if you haven't flown it. You've got kind of C-shaped, semi-shapes for friendlies and V-shapes more so for hostiles, if I recall. Checklist, tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong there, how wrong I am, that is. And Max, Max is heading off course, heading the wrong direction. That is not good. Come back, Max. Trust your friends. Listen to your friends. So, in order for them to get the additional points now, they have to air-to-air refuel. So they got to find the tanker, as well as hit the carrier. So we're going to see if they can decide to do the carrier. Again, K3 operations. They're above the clouds now. I say above the clouds, they're actually right in the thick of the clouds. What am I saying? They're definitely not above the clouds. There's a tanker. You can see they start to get into the weather here as they start to pass through those clouds. So let's take a look and see. It looks like 9 Max is still a little tumbleweed. Is there? Nope, it's not out there. Actually, I don't see the carrier. Maybe there's a carrier out this way. I don't know, actually. Interesting. We can see... Oh, there it is right there. Derp. Reading's fundamental. Can they refuel? That is going to be the question. So they've got a pretty good hike. They're at mid-altitude. They did some pretty righteous fighting, so if I had to wag it, coming in with the tanks, that's Wild A guess for those that don't know. Wild A guess. Punch tanks, good amount of fight, maybe 6.7.0. I'm not certain if they were in burner the whole time. But wow, absolute insane fights there. Great job to both teams. Red 4 denying some points, knocking out 2 Blue 4 aircraft there. Almost had a blue on blue. Making some notes here. They did get the takeoff points. Let's see. Whoops. Turn that off. They've got a pretty good distance here, so I'm going to bring up the rules just to make sure we're tracking as far as the points. Near Dubai. Gotcha. Okay. Alright. So, they do -10 because they did lose the 2 aircraft there, but they did get all the others and they did get the 5 points. To get the 90 points there, to get the 5 points for liftoff within 2 seconds. So here's the question, and they did get the 20 points bonus. So there, just making some notes. TO 20 for formation flying within 20 seconds before entering the bubble. Definitely that. So now the question is, can they get the 10 points for landing on the carrier and the 10 points, or are they going to go for it for refueling as well? Alright, let's turn out the rules before I forget for the umpteenth time. I gotta keep saying it. Bear with me, guys. If I don't say it, I'll forget it. I'm that guy. Alright, so Max is on heading toward the carrier, and also they're heading toward Dubai International. So you see, it's not that far. So it's anybody's guess as far as who's going to do what if they're going to go for it. We've got Anamasuke leading the flight. Got the lights back on nice and bright so they can indicate where their teammates are. They decided to do some formation flying here on the way back, which they don't have to do, but just in case they wanted to. Tanker is at Angels 19. Namasuke is diving in, so it looks like he's probably going to go in for the straight ahead landing there. Definitely don't blame him. Alright, we've got Rossman on the RTB. It looks like it's descending as well. Actually pretty well level. Alright, so it's going to basically be up to 29 max and Kakashi of whether or not they're going to try to refuel as well as land on the carrier, that Case 3 landing. See if we can find, I think that's the carrier right there actually. Maybe, see how far out they are. Nope, that's not a carrier. That's just a tanker. Let's see, Namasuke, yep, turning towards Dubai International. And it doesn't look like Kakashi is going for the tanker at the moment. Rossman's also on a descent. 29 max in the rear. We'll see if they make the decision to go for the tanker or the carrier. Then an RTB here. They're trying to descend below the cloud layer. Tanker in the thick of all the clouds here. Yeah, I can barely see it, no matter what settings we have here. Sheesh. Oh, somebody dumping and burning. Well, this got fuel is not a problem. All right, so if we had any questions about fuel, there we go. Now we know it is not a problem. Always cool to see. All right, so actually it looks like 29 Z9 max, 9 max. Let's go with that. Z9 max is definitely vectoring toward the tanker, so we will see a air refuel. Looks like. Oh snap! Absolute respect for that. Again, we see the conditions that it's in. Let's see if it's actually a little bit better. It's at 19,000, so pretty much in the middle of it. Good news is they got a little bit of reference there. Got the ground. You can see the lights there. That'll help a little bit. But yeah, it's still going to be difficult regardless. And that looks like Dubai International right there. You can see all the runways. As Namasuke gets ready to head in. No need for a formation landing. That would be extra spicy on this. No, they're going to up the ante, and you guys got a mid-air refuel as well as land on the carrier, which should be not too far from the carrier actually. Yep, there's the carrier. So carrier there, right. Like I said, right across there from, like Zero said there, near Dubai. So if you take off from Dubai, from Dubai International, make a left at the first sono buoy, right there. Make that left at Albuquerque. Oop, in the turn, always fun. Air refueling? No, we're going to go ahead and add a turn into it too. Hopefully it's not a circular. It seemed like it was on a racetrack. We did see it going straight for a little while. Take a quick look, see how far out everybody is from everything. So 9 max is heading towards the tanker. Namasuke on a... Oh, looks like Kakashi is going for it. Let's go. Little bit of case 3 action, baby. Here we go. It's about to get extra spicy. A Namasuke RTB here. We'll go ahead and It's going to be a little bit of time, so we'll do some moderate cinematic things on the way in. Let's see, should be... Oh, I lost him. There we go. We will watch Namasuke on the way in. Nice and easy. Yeah, you got plenty of runway here at Dubai, so nothing really to worry about there. Just want to make sure you get it down with no problems. And there we go. Boop. All right. Good touchdown there. Nice aero brake. Look at that. Respect. Almost tail striking it. That was a Namasuke. Yep. Alright, so we got them. Okay, we got 9 max heading toward the tanker. The tanker's still turning. Interesting. I thought it was not doing it. There it is. Okay, maybe it's just been straightened out. Kakashi on his way in there towards the carrier. Ho 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 ho. These be lined up 4 nautical miles from the runway? Gotcha. Okay. Alright, there is the carrier. Looks like the deck is clear. I would say that would have been kind of messed up had some aircraft out there. Alright, looking for the tanker here. That's pretty cool, seeing a Tomcat just... Phantom Tomcat emerges from the shadows. Or something like that, I don't know. There he goes, getting into position there. And that's Rossman and Eagle. Yep, Rossman and Eagle making his way down. Still gotta land it, make sure to get those points. Kakashi, no, 9 max for the tanker. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna get the, I was trying to see which one was gonna happen first. So Kakashi, I believe, is for the carrier. Trying to keep an eye on both of them here as they make their way in. Again, oh man, in the thick of it, look at that. Practically no visibility as he comes around that corner there. See if you can see the tanker. There you go, you can see the lights of it there. In the turn! Jeez! Can we make it more difficult, Ref? Ref, can we make it more difficult? Alright. We're gonna... see, is it stationary? It is stationary. Cool. Alright. So I think we're gonna just stick onto Kakashi for the time being. We will check the mid-air refueling in just a moment. We're gonna see if Kakashi can touch down here. And then we'll jump back over to Namasuke. I got it backwards. Anyway, let's just see who lands here. Looking solid. Little high. Bolter. Oh, that's okay. Still got fuel to go around, hopefully. All right, let's check the mid-air refueling. So unfortunately, that's going to be Kakashi. Kakashi on the road had a bolter for the first approach. Alright, looks like 9 max lining up with the tanker. Gonna get pushed around here, making another turn. Oh man. If y'all haven't done aerial refueling, it's not a particularly easy thing to do. Now let's go ahead and amp it up by reducing your visibility and having the aircraft in the turn. So yeah, now it's extra difficult. So yeah, respect for 9 max making it happen here. There he goes, trying to line up. You got this. Nice and easy inputs. You got this. Nice and easy. We'll circle back around here just a second to see if Kakasi can land it. While 9 Max here is on the tanker. Sure, there's probably some wind happening in there. Nice and easy. Yep, still making his way around, so we'll cycle back. There we go. Half of what you think you need there. Oh, by the way, these are Alpha Tomcats too, so engines are not as responsive. In contact! There it is! Woo! Making it happen. Great job. I want to make sure this is right. 9 Max. There we go. 9 Max refueling with the Alpha Tomcat in the weather. See if we can capture that right there. Boom. Excellent job. Alright, let's see. Do they have to... I'm going to check the rules real quick, see if they has to do a... I don't think I have to do a transfer complete. It just says aerial refueling. So does that mean transfer complete is the question. Alright, here we go. Kakasi on the way back in. Same thing. Looking at the meatball, looking pretty good. A little high, but that's alright. Again, Alpha Tomcat. Oh, you're low. A little bit of thrust there. Gonna be another go around. Yep, did not make contact with the deck on that one, so going around. Again, also not easy. Especially with the Tomcat Alpha that it is. Oof, yeah, that's tough. Alright. And Adamasuke and Rossman just disconnected, so that just leaves 9 Max and Kakasi. Nine Max hooked up there, making good solid there. Guess they're going to go ahead and go for the transfer complete. And how we will know that is when there's a transfer complete, the basket will automatically retract and it'll go all the way back in itself. It'll completely retract back in. And it looks like he's got it. As it is, there it is. Question mark, I think. Seems like it might be retracting. Either way, I'm going to say that's pretty solid. Oh, it's starting to descend. Oh, snap. Look at that. Wait a minute. What? Let's verify real quick. Let's see. 9 Max there. Kakasi's making his way back around. Altitude. Nope. Maintaining. Okay. Let's ask. I see 0 here. Oh! Oh no! Compressor stall! As he was trying to line up, and oh, yeah, I gotta wave off on that one. Ouch! Unfortunately, notorious for those TF30s. Oh, and also gears may have been down too. May have been up, rather. Shoot. Ask the question there, 0. If you're seeing that, let us know if they have to do a complete fuel or just basically making contact. Whoops. Yeah, 9 Max looked like called and knock it off there. Was able to get some fuel, so I think that's pretty solid there. We'll see. Now it comes down to Kakasi. Can he get the jet down there? Again, case 3 conditions. You got this, man. Nice and easy. Unfortunately, we can't see the cockpit lights, but there's normally red lights illuminating the area. And trying to do some cinematic things, sort of, kind of, as you jump in close here. Like a GoPro camera as we fly around with him inside. Notice he's keeping eyes onto the carrier as he makes that turn to base in the final. Yep, got to extend it out a little bit more there. Okay. All right. So here we go. Almost looking all right. Back on it. Here it is. Oh, what? That looks solid. What happened? Oh, no, no hook. No. I'm not sure. I don't see the hook. I think his hook might be gone from that last bolter. No, that was a perfect approach. What happened? I am not seeing his hook. I think he may have lost his hook on that one. Oh, that looked like a perfect approach. That was it. Maybe he've lost the hook. If not on that one, it may have been a one beforehand, but I thought he still had his hook. They are unable to complete that unless 9max decides he's got the fuel for it. If 9max wants to make the approach onto the carrier, they can still get those points. And Kakashi can just RTB at Dubai. Man. Oh, that bites. Let's see. Oh, yep, I see you there, Grunt. Not one with reshade, at least. Maybe another one. Yeah, the best we can do is just make it brighter here. Alright. Let's check their hook. Yep, they've got hook there. Kakashi's on his way in. A little bit side approach there. Gonna have to go a little bit right, gain some separation. Not quite lined up with the aisle. Island? Aisle? I don't really know what it's called there. Only other thing I could do, this here, just adjust. There, do that, adjust the output a little bit more. Just know that it looks super bright. Alright, so touchdown there by Kakashi. Oh, snap! Oh, easy, easy. I know how that goes. The good news is got a whole lot of ground. Careful, careful, careful! Take it easy. That's me like, alright, off the throttle, hit the brakes, chill out. Whew. Oh, that was scary. You do not want to be this late in the game and still lose the points, man. It's a possibility. Nice and easy. There you go. Ooh, man. Alright, 9max. Last one. You got this. Lining it up. Eye of the Tiger. Music's getting epic for you, too. I don't know this song, but man, it sounds heck epic. So here we go. Just walking the parkway. I said that. I went there. Boom. No! Bolter as well, but hey, hook's still intact. That's a bolter as well. That seems solid. I mean, maybe it was a hard impact there. What is flashing right now? That is not cool. Let me turn that off. Might be the reshade reacting to the light settings. Or it could be my position on the boat. Maybe both. I don't know. Getting some kind of weird flashies. I don't know. Anti-skid, yes. I keep forgetting about that myself. Anti-skid, 100%. We'll get behind the meatball here. The LSO station is... I can't remember where the LSO station is. I'm not a Navy guy. Yeah, I forget about the anti-skid every single time. Ah, what the heck is that? There's some kind of weird light source right there. Or is it lightning? It could be lightning. Maybe it's lightning. Nope, there's a light source there. See? We see it right there. Alright, we're moving. See, we'll go from the crow's perspective here, the crow's nest or whatever. Alright, nice and easy. You got this. Woosah. One with the force and the force is with you. All the things. Jedi strength flows from the force. Yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd in case you haven't realized it. Alright, lining up. Let's see. Looking pretty solid from this angle, albeit not the same as where we were, so who knows. Alright, 9 max. Looking solid. A little off to the side. Oh my gosh, I hit the button just as it did. Hopefully it did. I can't hear it. There we go. Woo! Whew! Nicely done. And that is it. 9 max. Getting the additional points there. Not an easy task by any stretch. Case 3 landings. After all the fighting. Some BVR, some BFM, aerial refueling, and landing. You guys gotta give me a round of applause for that. I got you, man. That's just righteous. Great job to both teams. Putting on a heck of a fight today. ATO 3 is not easy by any stretch. And being able to aerial refuel and land on a carrier, yeah. Whew! All right. And that is going to do it for today's match. Excellent job to both Shark and 343. 343 getting a solid amount of points here on this one. As well as Shark denying some solid points too. So great job there to both teams. We'll do some math in the background here. We'll get it calculated. And then we will put this up on the YouTube so you can see the VOD of this full version of it a little bit later on there. And yeah, whew. I wasn't even flying, and I'm ecstatic / elated for them. Cause done a couple carrier landings and can only imagine. I don't think I've actually done an actual carrier, case 3 landing just yet. So boom, there you go. All right, so we'll take one last look here at the rules. Do some things in the background as far as calculations go. So there it is. Thankfully, no fracture size, nobody overstretched, which is excellent. That is going to do it for this stream. Wrap that out. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.